I heard you say your sister got you. She was listening to that. I think I heard you say something about a brother too. So,
yeah.
How many siblings you have? And um, did you grow up with your brothers and sisters and your mom and father in the same house? Like you grew up as a family person, you single parent, like how that was, how you grew up?
Okay, yeah, I grew up. I'm the youngest out of 5 kids on my mama's side. You know what I mean?
Stop it. 5 kids
on my mama's side, and I'm the youngest. My mom and I'm the only one with a different dad. You know what I mean? All my other 4 siblings.
My mama got 5 kids.
Yeah, all my other 4 siblings they got the same father. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm like the one who was supposed to not. You know what I mean? Because she was done with the 4 kids from the same. She just met a nigga, and I don't even know the nigga. That my old boy. I probably met him like twice. You know what I mean?
So you still rock with their old boy, like your
brother, old boy. That's their old boy is my old boy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
their old boy is my old boy, like for sure. You know what I mean?
But
ever since I was 2, 3 years old,
do you have a relationship with the your biological old boy?
Nah, like I said, I only seen him twice. I probably was like I was a kid when I seen him. You know, he's staying behind. I'm Haitian, but you know. I got peoples in Bahamas too. You know what I mean?
I seen the episode. Bahamas. I seen the episode of Fred Sumper, right? Mm-hmm. Fred Sumper, this guy come and say, "Lamont, my son." You know what I'm saying? Long story short, Lamont say, "Look here, man. I don't got nothing to do with what you and my mama had going on. Mm-hmm. This the dude who my daddy is. This who I know. This who raised me. This, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he don't care who his biological father was, if that other guy was his father, even though Fred was his dad for real. Mm-hmm. But I just say that to say to your story, like sometimes it don't matter who is your biological father. It's who's there as a father for you in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I commend, you know, sometimes we don't commend stepdads enough sometimes for being and you know
what's so ironic? I'm the only one that's not biologically his kid.
Don't tell me you're the closest.
But I'm the only one. I'm not gonna say I'm the closest. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that, even though we close, but I'm gonna say I'm the only one that stayed with him the longest.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And you say
stayed with him the longest. Like, you know what I mean? Like throughout everybody's whole life, out of his, because he got 4 from my mama, and then he got like 5 from my stepmom.
Where your father's from? Where your parents from?
My mom from my family is from Haiti, descended from Haiti. But my mom, my grandma left Haiti and had my mama in Bahamas.
Let me ask you this: do you consider yourself a Haitian or a Zoe? And is it a difference? Because a lot of people think that just because you're a Haitian, you're automatically Zoe. Is that the case?
It could be if you identify with it.
Because you have some people that don't like to be called the Zoe. That's
why I just said.
You have some Jamaicans don't like to be called Dread.
That's why I say it is if you identify with it.
Okay.
You got to identify with it. That's just like a person who is half black and half white. What do you identify with?
Because it wasn't no Zoes in the 70s.
Yeah, because
it wasn't no Zoes in the 80s.
You know what Zoe mean?
Well, I mean
bone. You mean bone?
Yeah, right.
It's just trying to be. It's just like a metaphor to like be strong.
But I come in the
don't break.
Like I come up in the era when Zoe Pound was created, in the early 90s, 90, 94, 95, 96. I was at the West when John Doe was taking over the city, and Zoe Pound was getting their name. Yeah. And you know, it deprived from growing up, you know, the respect, but growing up in our house as Americans, like how y'all say Yanks, so to speak, we used to hear terms like, and no offense, this is what we used to hear. We used to hear the cat thing, and we used to hear our parents say sometimes like, we getting ready to go somewhere, we got on some clothes, and we looking any kind of way. Our parents just say stuff like, boy, go in the house, going behind me looking like no Haitian, and stuff like that.
No,
so
for sure.
As a kid, we thought that was something to pick at.
No, for sure.
So we used to, like, not me per se, just kids in general, used to pick at you know, Haitians because of stuff we used to hear at the house, and we used to see them whatever. So
but that's why Zoe Pound was created.
Together.
That's why Zoe Pound was created.
Exactly.
That's the
Haitians came together to stop that rhetoric.
The same shit that was done. The same shit. That's why we the only you know what I mean, country or whatever how you want to call it that was the first ones to be independent. It was 1804. That's when that's the Haitian day. Everybody want to eat the soup journal and shit like that. But that's 1804. That was the Independence Day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so that's basically what was displayed in a more smaller scale from the niggas in little Haiti, like saying we ain't gonna let nobody push over us, and we gonna form some shit that's gonna protect. You know what I mean? The community.
And made it and they used the word Zoe.
Yeah,
strong
we gonna put
bone.
strong.
Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. We gonna put. You know what I mean? We gonna put like we We're gonna put like power behind this word, and we're gonna put, we're gonna stand behind it type shit. You know
I respect that.
And that's where it came from.
Now, on a bigger scale, think about if I'm gonna say it, niggas
for sure
was to take that same approach, like how the Zoes did, and say, well, y'all got us fucked up. Y'all ain't finna be playing with no nigga talking about we do the same thing.
But listen though,
and unite. And
that's why it was supposed to be, not to cut you off, big brother. But that's why. Let's go back when you said growing up, the Americans, was taught to, not even taught, but what was taught, y'all, okay, boom, they eat cat, like word of mouth, y'all gonna hear, that's what's gonna be in your head. Okay, boom, I ain't finna be like no Haitian, because you already heard. But you know who put that in the air? The government. The government, that was.
I'm not surprised.
That was by the government.
I'm not surprised.
You know what I mean?
That's the tactics they play.
Conquer and divide. You know what I mean? We can't. You know what I mean? So it's always to put the enemy. Always to put. You know what I mean? Two motherfuckers. How you want to cause chaos, man? We finna make these motherfuckers right here go at it. You know what I mean?
So at your age, you come in a time where they already put in all the work. Not saying you wouldn't have put the work in if you was back there. I'm quite sure you probably would have.
No, but they already put in the work. I went through it too. You know what? I went through it too. I went through it. Because at the time, listen, my
not when it was getting established.
Listen. I'm trying to give you an open sight, because all my older cousins and shit like that, they from North Miami 6th Ave, like, you know what I mean. That's where like all my older cousins from, like, you know what I mean. Like that's where all my older, like, just it's probably like me, Crip, Head, and me. We the only ones who was raised in like
Crip and Head. Those are your brothers.
My older brothers. Yeah.
Okay.
And they was the only. I got like 5 more other brothers that's older than us. You know what I'm saying? And they was raised in well, I got one because I told you it's I'm the only, it's 4 of me. It's 4 siblings of me, and it's, you know what I mean, what I said. So Crippin' Head and Marvin, those are my biological brothers.
Your mom kids. Okay.
Kiki, Joshua, and Gene. Them my older brothers from my dad's side.
From the old boy side.
All right. My brother Marvin, that's my biological brother. Kiki and Gene. They was raised in North Miami. You know what I mean?
Okay, Northeast 6.
Yeah, in 6th Ave. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's where all my older cousins, like me and my brothers, me, Head, and Crip, we the youngest. So all my older cousins, they from over there. You know what I'm trying to say? So my mom moved it. My brother got deported. You feel me? My biological brother, Head, Marvin, he got deported. So we moved to Scott Lake. So by that time, I'm probably like in 3rd grade or whatever, like type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Probably 3rd grade. So like we was like the first, like one of the first Haitians in an Americanized area. So you know what that come with?
Yeah.
School, that's neighborhood. Haitians, niggas trying to pick at you, niggas trying to do this. So that's why I say I went through.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
You caught the tail end.
Yeah, that went. You know what I mean? Because you know it wasn't really no Haitians like that in Carol City, especially in Scott Lake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It wasn't no Haitians like that.
Being that you still the only Haitian right now in your clique.
That's what I'm. You know what I'm
saying? To add to that, exactly.
So you know what I mean? But niggas are, a nigga had to, once I demonstrated early in my hood. I was ready to, anybody could tell you that. So you know what I mean? So and me and my family never deferred from like Haitians, and anybody know they come to my house, they getting Haitian food, all that. Niggas, my friends still to this day like, damn, I forgot you speak Creole. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm deep to my root. I was born in a more Americanized area, but I always stuck to my roots. You get what I'm saying? I know niggas who was born in North Miami, they might have a Haitian accent and all that. You know what I mean? Or like niggas who was born there in North Miami, like, you know what I mean? Just like I was born in the United States, but they was born in. Niggas don't speak no Creole, you know what I mean? Or they can't speak it fluently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what you heard at the house growing up.
Yeah, my mama always speak to me in Creole. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And all any nigga who been in my crib, they already know that's a Haitian house. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, you know what I mean? I just am who I'm a product of who I am. Like, you know what I mean? I was in 3rd, you know what I mean? So you gonna hear me and I'm gonna talk like a nigga, like an American like that, you know what I mean? So nigga, I'm Haitian though. You know what I mean?
So y'all know, right? Y'all know that I don't eat meat, right? So he basically saying that I can come over there and get some legume, some mamule, some suswa.
Ain't no cat, bro. All that shit, bro. I done been to Haiti twice in my life.
All that good shit. That's what he telling me. I can come over there and get some of that good shit.
My old girl say she ain't never seen nobody in her life eat cat and all of that. So No, you know what I mean? If it's some people that do, I don't know. You know what I mean? I ain't never met no
I think it was just
you know
more of a myth than actual something that was happening.
I ain't never. I
don't know where it started. Like you said, the government, they more than likely they put that sound like some shit the government started.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't see some black person coming up with some shit like that.
That's why they try to make they just try to make they do voodoo and all that. They just try to make the Haitians look bad. Come on, man. Like just like how you said it, bro. Haitians will look down upon, bro. That shit just ain't come out of the thin air. You know what I'm saying?